every human being, every life form emanates also a certain energy frequency. So even by the emanation, you would become a teacher. One of the terms that's frequently used in A Course in Miracles is the Christian term salvation, used especially by Jesus in his teachings, salvation. Salvation can also be called, in the way, especially the way in which it is used in A Course in Miracles, but also in the way Jesus uses it. You could use the term liberation. You could use the term enlightenment. Realization. And the Course says that salvation asks very little of you. What is it that it asks of you? It says, salvation is undoing. Salvation can be seen as nothing more than the escape from concepts. So you can see that why in some other spiritual traditions use the word liberation, because the escape from concepts is also the liberation from the prison of conceptual thinking. When you're identified with it, when conceptual thinking supplies you with your sense of self, then you are trapped in a conceptual prison. And that is ego, that is unconsciousness, and people don't even know it, that they are trapped in it. So the spiritual realization is through letting go of the prison of concepts, so that you no longer inhabit the conceptual reality, which is what most people do, where every perception that you have is filtered through your conceptualization. When you look on something, you immediately have an interpretation for it, you have a label for it, you have a self-reference towards it. I like it, I don't like it, etc. So there's already, you cannot see without concepts. So inhabiting a conceptual reality, so you have a prison that you have for other human beings because you conceptualize them, and for yourself because your self-image is an edifice made of concepts. And salvation is the escape from concepts. And this little part ends with these 3 lines. Those who would let illusions be lifted from their minds are this world's saviors. Again, it links in to the word salvation. When you let go of the prison of concepts, when you awaken, in the terminology of the Course in Miracles, you become a savior of the world. Because by embodying that state of consciousness, you help others become free also. Even just by being, not necessarily by formal teaching, although you might do some teaching too. And when you embody that state of consciousness in the terminology of the Course in Miracles, you become as it calls it, you become a teacher of God. That's the term frequently used in the Course. Even though you might not necessarily teach as such, but by embodying the awakened state of consciousness, you cannot not teach. It might not even be through words. It could be through your non-reactivity, through the way in which you relate to other human beings, and so on. Then everything you do is a teaching, the way in which you behave, even your very emanation, because every human being, every life form emanates also a certain energy frequency. So even by the emanation, your emanation, you would become a teacher. And then some of you also, of course, will use words to teach, so you will, and perhaps even in a formal sense, you might teach groups, you give talks, write books, who knows. But anybody who awakens, even if you're not fully awakened, even if you're awakening to who you are beyond concepts, you're already a teacher of God according to the Course.